Survivors of a sinister Korean cult are calling on the Australian government to axe the charitable status of the organisation back home. As revealed on 7 News Spotlight last night, young Aussie girls are allegedly being recruited in suburban shopping centres for sex trafficking overseas.
The 6-month Spotlight investigation shines a light on the cult known in South Korea as Providence, as well as their operation in Australia under the umbrella of the Lord's Hope Church charity. Joining us now are 2 former members of the cult, Amy and Liz. Thanks for joining us, guys. Well, Amy, you had no idea you were joining a cult. How did they suck you in?
You know, I was just a regular Christian and I was very new, and they bumped into me in a shopping centre, asked me if I wanted to join a Bible study. I thought, that sounds great. I want to learn more about Christianity. And when I went to meet with them, they made it look like a regular Bible study as well. But little by little, it became more one-on-one, and little by little, they started to introduce the cult leader Jung Myung-sok into the Bible studies.
It feels like they just knew all the right things to say at the right time, didn't they? Liz, your mum tried to contact police at one point, but they couldn't help. Why is it so hard to crack down on these cults?
Yeah, that's correct. So, as I understand it, coercive control has only just started to be recognised in the Australian legal system. So, it seems to be that the AFP doesn't have the knowledge or the training to deal with instances of systemic coercive control and recognising what that looks like. And they also don't appear to have a referral system in place. So parents like my mother who see their child deteriorating and distancing themselves from their family and friends, they are submitting complaints and they're hearing nothing back, and it's really scary for them. And it definitely needs to be something that's better recognised in the legal system as well as the law enforcement system.
Yeah, and you guys are trying to stop doing that from the very beginning. Amy, the Lord's Hope Church has made more than $1 million in the last year in charitable donations. As we saw last night, the President threatened you in a video message designed to stop you from speaking out. What are you hoping to achieve?
I think that from the very beginning, I started speaking out through various social media platforms, and my aim from the beginning is just to raise cult awareness, because there are cults everywhere. It's not just the Providence cult that we were involved in. There are hundreds of different kinds of groups out there, you know, trying to do what they think is God's work, or, you know, something higher. And I just want people to be more aware of it so that they might not fall for their tactics and be recruited and suffer in the ways that we have.
Well, you guys are doing such a great thing by speaking out. You really are. Liz, at one point you helped recruit other young girls into the cult. What are the warning signs to watch out for?
It's tricky because they are so strategic, as I mentioned in the documentary, but there are a few warning signs, and it does involve understanding what the beginnings of psychological coercion looks like, especially when it comes to things like love bombing. If a group appears to have a fairly ambiguous belief system, that's always a red flag. But I think the most important thing is to question what people represent when you first meet them, especially if it's a university group or some kind of social club. You really need to ask critical questions at the beginning and think critically for yourself.
Amy, Liz, stay strong. Thanks for speaking out. Thanks for joining us.
Yeah, well done to all the parents out there. They are listening hard.